Uno, dos, uno, dos. Ey, 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 probando, probando, probando.
Bueno, nos he presentado, ella es Elena. ¿Qué hora es? ¿Ya es hora? Pues cuando quieras. Esto no funciona, pero bueno, da igual. No, porque no la quita el pincho. Igual sabe dónde está aquí el pincho. No pasa nada, no te preocupes. La calle. Venga, cuando quieras.
Okay, let's start today. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the new conference of our circle of conferences in the executive master in digital twins for infrastructure and cities. Today we have with us to Beatriz Crespo. Beatriz is the digital BIM and innovation leader. She has more than 18 years of experience in the architecture, engineering and construction field. She's an architect and leader of the digital department within the transport business line in ICOM in Spain. After her early career as an architecture, she turned to the digital and technology until today. She's always learning to keep innovating at the speed of the change. She is one of our first graduates in the executive master in digital twins for infrastructure and cities. And she's an expert in designing and implementing digital strategies and solutions, as well as in personal management and training. She's dedicated to innovation and strategy, digital consultancy focused on ESG and Industry 5.0. Thank you, Beatriz, and the floor is yours.
Thank you, Rocío. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming to this talk. As Rocío says, my name is Beatriz Crespo Martín, digital transport leader at ACOM Spain. Some of you know me, others don't. I have been an architect since 2006. My background, as you know, comes from being methodology as an implementer and trainer, but for the last 2 years, I have been increasing my knowledge from the point of view of the digital field in this broad spectrum. Last year, I arrived at the last minute for the executive master's degree in digital twins for infrastructure and cities, where I met my professors and colleagues. I learned many more things than what we were taught. And since then, I see digital twins on every street corner. Like this video, which is more important for me, no because I'm pregnant, but it is the minimal expression of a digital twin, which means that we can think from their language to change lives, tell them, and make them better. So this talk is about resilient infrastructures through digital twin. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, sorry. I believe in collaboration and synergy. That's why this talk is not just mine, but is part of the reflection that my colleague Nubia Herrera Montoya, my colleague Elena Huecas, and myself, and we have made about digital twins and resilience structures conversations. It is no coincidence that we have brought together this team, a professional in sustainability, a professional in engineering, and a professional in the digital field. We are not independent beings, we are interdependent. So that means that we achieve much more by collaborating. I must tell you that I have no agenda, because this talk is more than of a reflection with technical touches to make us realize that we are part of the solution and that digital twins are one of the best tools for them. Let's get it started. As you know, we are experiencing a paradigm shift in all areas: social, environmental, geopolitical, technological, and it is very important to observe that and think about our context globally and from all perspectives. Precisely in order to reflect on what is happening in the world from all perspectives, the annual meeting of the World Economic Forum has been held in Davos, Switzerland, under the slogan "Collaboration for Intelligence." Since our era has been defined as the age of intelligence, it is obvious to think that we are in the age of intelligence because AI. But it is much bigger when referring to social, environmental, political, technological intelligence. That means that intelligence that can help us understand the paradigm shift in these areas. Specifically, these are the topics that have been discussed in the forum. You can scan the code to access the page and consult them. Let's see what the topics are. Rebuilding trust. That means how can stakeholders find new ways to collaborate. Reimagining growth. That means refers to economical intelligence. Investing in people, social intelligence as well. Safeguarding the planet, the core of this talk, and the industries in the intelligence age. Within the forum and around these topics, the perceived global risks for 2025 have been discussed. A global risk is a specific risk that means and refers to events or conditions that could be severely impact global GDP, population, or natural resources. Every year, the World Economic Forum publishes the Global Risk Report. The report is based on the Global Risk Perception Survey. This year's survey has brought together the views of over 900 experts from different parts of society, including academia, business, government, international organizations, and civil society. People were asked to share their thoughts on what the biggest risks on the world are for 2024 and 2025. And before taking a look at them, I would like to show you, to know your point of view as an expert too. Please scan this code for your mobile devices and let me see what is your opinion, please. Okay, let's go. Please, do you vote? Can you vote, please? Okay. A lot of you. More, please. Look at extreme weather events, misinformation and disinformation, armed conflicts, societal polarization, geoeconomic confrontation. Everybody, it's agree when we talk about extreme weather events. Let me show you what is the results of this survey, okay? Okay, let's go. Let me show you. Look at this. Here you are, the top risks selected by respondents. If you see in the below of the below of the graphics, you can see the risk categories. There are economic, environmental, geopolitical, societal, and technological. The first risk considered is state-based and armed conflict. The second one is extreme weather events. As you can see, this is not about not climate change, but extreme weather events, okay? As you can see, there are another environmental risk is critical change to Earth systems. There are two, but the most risk are societal with disinformation, societal polarization, lack of economic opportunity of employment, and erosion of human rights and or civic freedoms. As you see, there are a lot of risks that we are thinking about in this 2025. The extreme weather events are one of the aspects directly related to safeguarding the planet that have been addressed at the annual meeting in Davos. Because the continued reliance of fossil fuels increases the frequency and intensity of floods, wildfires, and storms.
experts report that that extreme weather events cost almost 500 billions of dollars in damage during 2022 and 2023, with 143 million of dollars annually linked directly to climate change. These figures underscore the urgent need to sustainable solutions. Here you are, the global risk ranked by severity, the short term in 2 years and the long term in 10 years. Over many years, environmental risks have topped the 10 years risk outlook. But this year, there are two that have also come into the top 10 in the short-term outlook. That are extreme weather events and pollution. As you can see, we think about not this year, 2025, but the next 2 years, or thinking about risk is missing the information and disinformation, and one more time, extreme weather events. And the long term, look at this, there are 4 environmental risks that we are thinking about. This is a map showing the climate disaster recorded throughout 2024. I have counted 23 disasters, and it is not an exhaustive count, which means that there have most probably been many more than have not been recorded. Or rather, there is no digital twin that has monitored them. This is in 2024, but right now, in 2025, we have cold snap in the UK, wildfires in California, a snowstorm in Florida. So, how can we act now? Mitigation and adaptation. The traditional way to approaching climate change has always been through mitigation and adaptation. While mitigation focuses on the carbonization and reduction of the greenhouse effect, increased sinks, promotes clean energy, and encourages the adoption of efficient technologies, adaptation focuses on assuming, and this is very important, taking advantage of the risk and consequences of climate change, using resilience of infrastructures, ecosystems, and communities. Then, the two approaches are different. Although mitigation attacks the causes of the problem, adaptation manages its inevitable consequences. That means, or we act before the climate change was inevitable, or we react them in this and it is just here. Sorry, but hello, it is here. The change, the climate change, it's here. I would like to say something. I'm not saying that we should stop mitigating, but we should integrate adaptation into climate change actions. Oops, sorry. If we look at the actions to be carried out in each approach, this diagram shows more specifically which areas are involved in each and which are common to both. For example, as you can see on the mitigation, we find many areas related to issues that have been widely discussed for some time, such as efficiency at vehicles or home and building. Since adoption, resilience is very present in building infrastructure and even emergency situations. However, it is not a problem that has been studied as in depth as decarbonization, which means, once again,
that we are too late. Remember, I'm not saying we should stop mitigating, but we should integrate adaptation into climate change actions. Here you are, adaptation cycle. This is an schema extract for the report of innovation and adaptation in the climate crisis, technologies for the new normal. That is a report created or elaborated with the by the Economical Forum, Global Forum. In this report, we can extract the definition of climate adaptation. That is actions taken to adjust processes, practices, and structures to moderate potential damage or to benefit from opportunities associated with the effects of climate change. As you can see, the adaptation cycle is composed with 3 points. The first one comprehends risk and opportunities. That means analyze and study the context, all the context. The second one is build resilience against future impacts. That means if we have analysis and studies of our context, we can use it to create a plan to build this resilience. And the last one, when we have this plan, we have to respond dynamically when impacts hit. So we can use this plan created in the previous step to give actions to this event, climate events. Taking about resilience, I bring you this definition from United Nations of Disaster Risk Reduction. Look at the verbs in the definition: to resist, to absorb, to accommodate, to adapt to transform, and to recover. That means a reaction to the event, but it includes also preservation. And that means that we can act before and be prepared for the events. I'm taking my time getting to digital twins, but don't be a hurry, we'll get there. Innovation and adaptation in the climate crisis, technologies for the new normal. This report, written a year ago, studies how to apply the adaptation cycle using technology as a tool for analyzing the context, building resilience, and responding quickly to extreme weather events. It explains that technology, especially data-driven and digital technology, can help us to deal with the growing risk linked to climate change and create new opportunities. A growing range of technologies support adapting to climate change and participate at every stage of the adaptation cycle. But as we have done with global risk, I would like to know your opinion about what technologies do you think are being used to help people adapt to the climate change? Please scan this code and let's see. Do you need the, sorry, I think you need the, Sorry, this one, please. What is the technologies that can help us to carry out these extreme events, weather? Let's go. Then, technology linked to renewables, digital twins, climate, big data, predictive tools, prediction models, real-time monitor systems. There are a lot of thinking about that. Okay, right now I will show you what technologies are chosen for this adaptation. In the report, some technologies are chosen for climate change with two key criteria: their readiness for immediate use and their vast potential to impactful contribution. The technologies are artificial intelligence and advanced computing as a framework to apply the rest of technologies like drones, AR, VR, Earth observation, and IoT devices. And don't you think that each of these technologies could be part of a digital twin? So, having researched this point, we are going to see how we can create digital twins from the key elements of resilience, enable assets to be resilient, and with that, I will show you examples of different uses of these applied technologies. So right now, we are going to be how create a digital twin, a resilient digital twin. The document of United Nations Common Guidance of Helping Build Resilient Societies highlights the key elements for building resilience, which are multidimensional risk and context, multiple stakeholders and factors, interconnected systems, and resilience capacities, the most important. But if we think in the language of digital twins, let's see how we can respond to these elements to incorporate resilience into the tool. From the point of view of multidimensional risk and context, we can extract resilience indicators. And from them, we can use threats, vulnerabilities, capacities, risk factors, and of course, the asset data. From the point of view of multiple stakeholders, we can take factors and stakeholders. Factors, we can find location, communications, social impact, economic impact, and other impacts that we can find. And from the point of view of stakeholders, we can take information from citizens, administrators, companies, others. The connected systems, we can take information from the environment, cities, logistics, operation and maintenance, asset system, and the last one, the resilience capacities, we can give to the infrastructures the capacities to be resilient from these five capacities. Absorption, that means that we can use the infrastructure, or the infrastructure has the capability to adapt the extreme weather event at the same time that happens. Anticipation, adaptation, prevention, and transformation. As you can see right now we are going to do an exercise in which, starting from the resilience capacities and the phases of the time events, we will map them with the data and the intelligence that can be managed in digital twin. The relationships established between data, intelligence, capacities, and time milestones allow us to link infrastructure or real assets with different resilient capacities. In the first case, we start from real-time data, which allow us to monitor the asset or infrastructure. On the one hand, we are preventing the potential impact of a weather event with little margin. Remember that these are real-time data. But we can also know what could be happening during the event. For example, drones can take data at the same time as the fire happens and monitor it. In this way, we obtain the capacities of prevention and absorption, which means that we will act before and during the event. Question for you. What kind of technology can enable absorption and prediction? Please scan this code. From the five technologies, let me see what is your thoughts about that. I let the code a little bit because the people need to scan it. Okay, let's go. Well, Internet of Things and Earth observation are the winners, and then artificial intelligence and advanced computing. Well, in my opinions, you are right, because Internet of Things and Earth observation is the first technology for absorption and prediction, but we need to a framework, as I say, to consume the data registered from these technologies, and that means that we can use artificial intelligence and advanced computing. Right now, I would like to show you an example of one of these technologies applied to absorption and prediction. Sorry, this is not. Wait a minute. Okay. To illustrate this one, the European Space Agency, through its Earth Explorers program, has launched 10 research satellite missions. These missions proposed and designed by the scientific community have unlocked new knowledge about the climate systems, including atmospheric dynamics and ice melt and freshwater resources. Okay. This is the result. Oh, I need to, sorry. As you can see, this is the 10 satellites, and then they are registered environmental, gravity mission, soil moisture and ocean salinity, ice mission, magnetic field mission, atmospheric dynamic, earth clouds, aerosol and radiation explorer, forest mission, and Florence explorer. All of them you can, this one, for example, I can select and I can navigate from these all the sensors in the satellite, and we can explore each of one. And about the mission, you can consult all the information about the data registered with this satellite. This is the data applications that you can consult to. And this is, for me, it's interesting, this program, because I didn't know before this talk, and for me, it's very interesting. And we can extract a lot of data that we can use for resilience. Next one. Once this data has been recorded and consumed in real time, it is considered historical. Having a large volume of this historical infrastructure data and using it to establish prediction models allow us to plan and establish predictive maintenance for said infrastructure. This predictive twin gives its real replica the capacity to implement activities and take measures to reduce existing risk, avoiding the creation of new ones. This means the infrastructure will have the capacity to prevent, so that a decision can be made about the asset before the event. What kind of technology can enable prevention? What do you think? I wait a little bit for the people take the code. Okay, let's go. For prevention, Your opinion is around Internet of Things, advanced computing, and artificial intelligence. In my opinion, artificial intelligence is the queen of this part, because all the models that we can use is around using artificial intelligence. Okay, let's go to see an example of this technology. IBM and NASA take satellite data into high resolution maps. If you can see, you can scan the code too. This is an article that explains how we use the data to use it to create maps. As you can see, they have all this data and put in GIS maps to consult it by zone or by area. Yeah, a lot of areas that you can consult, and they put the data of the events as one of the maps in the GIS consulting. In different parts of the world, as you see. If you read all the article, you can see at the end that IBM has this portal, this platform that use the intelligence artificial using all this data to create intelligent solutions, gain climate insights for your business in solutions to anticipate risk, disruptions, wherever you want in the environment area. One of the keys of the contribution of the digital twin to infrastructure resilience is the integration of several sources of information to formulate more defined and varied scenarios. This allows more comprehensive models to be established and simulations to be carried out, and that enable anticipation and therefore decisions to be made before the event take place. We will therefore be providing the infrastructure with the capacity to adopt early actions to anticipate possible threat and reduce its potential negative effects. So the simulation, we can create a lot of scenarios that allow us anticipate what happens in the area. One more time, this exercise to think what kind of technology can enable the simulation. Oh, a lot of advanced computing. Let me show you. Well, artificial intelligence, 2 people, Internet of Things, 1 people, one person, and 10 people, advanced computing. I bring you an example. For me, is not the best, but it's interesting. Let me show you. The World Economic Forum and its partners recently introduced a new immersive experience called the Polar Tipping Points Hub. The hub uses 3D simulations and VR experiences to show how the climate-induced tipping points will ramify across the globe. For example, Arctic summer sea ice could disappear within the next decade, contributing to significant sea level rise. For me, it is a little bit weird example, but it's funny that I would like to show you. Let me wait. This is really, this is a portal with different scenarios, and this is the scenario with the polar Arctic. Look, it's a little bit weird. The people, Luisa, Eliza, is talking about this like metaverse, and all are watching how the are in the polar are have a lot of warm and it's water. This is one of the examples. And there are a lot of, here you can explore the village. They have Ocean Hub, Climate Tipping Points Hub. This is the last, the previous, and Amazon environment. Advanced Manufacturing and Supply Chain Hub, Energy Experience, Central Campus. It's curious, and I bring you because it's curious. But for me, it's a little bit weird. Let's go. The next one. If we take the set of possible digital twins that gather data in real time, the asset, as well as to predict and simulate scenarios, we will be able to gradually adjust, modify, or change the characteristics of the infrastructure to moderate potential changes in order to continue functioning without major qualitative modifications. In the other words, we will be given the ability to adapt before the event takes place. But, but we have a problem. However, I must confess that there is no technological panacea that can deal with climate change. There is no substitute for deep and rapid mitigation of greenhouse gas emissions, or adapting here and know to what is happening. Fortunately, there is a but. If we take a broader view and focus on integration through the synergy of the emerging sets of data-driven digital technologies integrated with artificial intelligence and advanced computing, a comprehensive adaptation strategy can be established that can make it easier for us to achieve it. I present you converged resilience. If we converge several digital twins from different nervy infrastructures, we can define a territorial framework that can be monitored and make predictions and simulations not individually, but of the set of assets that make up that territory. This includes their environmental conditions and the relationships established between them through use or through the populations they serve. This creates the capacity to develop a fundamentally new system where the digital, the environmental, and infrastructures converge to provide resilience, not only to the infrastructure, but also the territory and the cities. We can see how, based on data collected from various sources, both internal and external to the asset, we can define different digital twins whose scope endows the infrastructure with the resilient capabilities, but in a disaggregated manner. It will be very assessing in the interdependence of the systems that we will be able to extract their full potential. And that is to say, when several twins are connected and integrated to achieve global transformation before and not after. That is, when we can work in an active and not at a passive way based on resilience. As you can see, if we contextualize all these data from the assets, we really transform because we have all the information that we can manage. Conclusions then. The conclusions from technology point of view is the most effective climate adaptation strategies include the technologies that make up the digital twin. Data-driven and digital technologies are pivotal in forming and implementing these strategies. And if we are looking at the adaptation cycle from the comprehensive risk and opportunity, we have technologies for data collection and processing, like Earth observation on drones or IoT, and AI for turning data into insights. From the point of view of build resilience against future impacts, Earth observation and IoT can improve early warning systems. And of course, AI can embed resilience in an array of critical systems for supply chains infrastructure. And the last one, respond and dynamically when impacts hit. Earth observation technologies can remotely collect information on impact zones. Of course, one more time, AI, in this case, drones too, can be used individually or in concert to improve situation awareness and optimize search and rescue efforts. This is from a point of view of technology, but for me, the most important, the conclusions from the resilience is around contextualizing digital twins. We will have the transformative capacity to create new resilience systems that will allow us to adapt and grow at the same time. We will be able to develop environmental, social, geopolitical, and technological intelligence through the synergy that this tool can offer us. In other words, we can change lives, heal them, or make them better. So, thank you for your listening.
Thank you, Bea, for your presentation. If anyone from the room has any question or from the Zoom, it's time for